First down, Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmaker. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
On 4th down, the Panthers call on their undrafted rookie from South Carolina, Joseph Charlton, to punt.
Back deep, Antonio Brown. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 28-yard line.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he powers his way up past the 30. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chinn.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So CD, his very first pass of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Brady. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Flushed out right. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are just an extra point away from grabbing the lead now.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand there.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll buy some time right. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now we're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster, 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is up to 15 now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
At the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
23 yards on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take, catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but, boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Flush to his right. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Antonio Brown on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Brady escaping the pressure right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Shotgun now for Brady. fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Gun. Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Brady now on first down. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To throw again on second down, Brady. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
And 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Flush to his right. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's third down.
Well, as we get... ready for third down. Let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. Here's Joseph Charlton now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
This is our time. Our time.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big connection on that one. And even 40 yards.
Ryan Succop on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And Succop will put this one right through. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady, eluding the pressure right. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Throwing on 2nd down, Brady. And this one's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
At the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Bridgewater again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
What is?
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10
at the 40.
And he'll throw right away.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They go play action. Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
What are you doing?
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4th down.
Succop's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point up and good by Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Carlton Davis picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like...
He's got daylight. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 82 yards. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points. Extra point put through by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this pat.
He's got a man complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense a film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Check 43. Check 31. Check 31.
On first down, Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Third down.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Chinese on Ringo. Chinese on Ringo. Hey, Mike 20. Mike 20. Oh, you got deep? There go Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20. Here we go. Check 26. Check 26. Quick.
Shotgun now for Brady. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
First down, Bridgewater.
And that would complete to Stephon Sullivan.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Levante David.
Bridgewater's pass. Intercepted.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Buccaneers 50.
A big off.